started. It's like
Started from 23 followers.
I'm yeah, you've killed it. Ladies
Thanks
and
a lot,
gentlemen,
man.
welcome to today's episode of the 3-day challenge. And we haven't done much webinar this year. And
Right.
the grace of God, this is like an intro into 2023. We will
Sweet.
do enough webinars by the grace of God in 2023. And so we're just kind of getting back into the webinar mode. And I'm very much fired up for 2023.
Yes, sir.
10 resolutions. One of it, if you are not doing $1 million, don't talk to me. Like, like, don't talk to me.
There's nothing to talk about.
If you are not buying a property worth $1 million, you can talk to my competitors, you can talk to my staff, but don't even come near me. Yes. But yeah, I did an inspection of a $5 billion estate today. Is on Walls Island. The Walls Island here in Dubai is artificial island created in the map of the world. There are over 300 of them. And this developer bought 6 and is
wow.
And one of the projects in this $5 billion project is going for $43 million. Oh boy.
Wow.
I was speaking in tongues all through. The entire furniture was done by Bentley, the makers.
Wow.
I mean, I got angry. You know, there are some things you do that you just get angry, your spirit.
Sure.
You know, I can do better than this. Now, this is a marble bathtub. Marble bathtub is $1 million dirhams. Over $400,000. Just what you're seeing here. Just
hold on.
Just a marble bathtub. This is just a bathtub.
Wow.
Is $1 million dirhams.
It's 1 billion?
No, a million.
Billion. Okay.
1 million dirhams. So that's like a little over $400,000. Just the bathtub in the house.
Wow.
The entire villa is a palace, is about $43 million. So, I left and I said to myself, come on, if I continue with this client doing $300,000 property, $100,000 property, I can't be selling property of $43 million. My game has to change. So, 2023 is a different year.
I feel you.
The approach is different. So
please don't forget us in your kingdom.
No, but you did that in 2022. You got angry. Like,
oh yeah, the game is a little bit different now.
From what the 100 and something your IG move. I mean, you even surpassed me that I've been there all this while. So for me is that there are years and there are years. There are certain years
sure.
Challenge to say, hey, I want to do more. And I know
absolutely
more is on my inside, and I know I can do way, way more. Way, way more.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
For you. So take it away.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me
put on your slide. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Dipo Adesina. He's based in the US in Baltimore. Serial entrepreneur, does have several businesses, but one of them is also is a top crypto investor, and he coordinates the Steve Excel University group coaching on crypto. And we've had several students. You're going to be seeing their testimony today who have gone through that program. None has given me bad report. We've had positive feedback. Many are doing very well today, and I'm excited again, for a long time to introduce to you, because we didn't have enough time this year to do a lot of webinars, but we're going to do more in 2023. But Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready for me or if you're ready for him, put your hands together. Come on. I want to see your hands together for Mr. Dipo Adesina. Don't call him Adesina. It's Adesina.
That's right. All right, let me get this thing straight. Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes, beautiful.
All right, excellent. Well, definitely, as always, I always appreciate the opportunity to share, about crypto, and also just to be in the presence of people who are looking to learn, about wealth building and different strategies. I've been working with Dr. Stephen, I think maybe 4 years now. We've done a lot of different things. So I pretty much handle the crypto aspect of the Stephen McIntyre University movement. So you guys are in for a treat, whether you're watching live in Zoom or online. I need you to pay very close attention, because there is a major shift taking place in the crypto space right now. And this is the best time for anyone who's looking to create wealth. And you'll see exactly what I mean in a second. As Dr. Stephen mentioned, I'm a serial entrepreneur, basically meaning that we operate several businesses. We have several businesses here in the United States, several in Rwanda, and several in Nigeria as well. I strongly believe in the concept of multiple streams of income. I'm also a full-time author. I've been fortunate to publish 4 books, and I'm saying this not really to impress you, but just to kind of shed light on some of the little things that God has helped me to accomplish throughout my journey of entrepreneurship. And one of the things you will also discover is that everything that I talk about is all about money, right? Because I strongly believe that you can't be successful if you don't have your finances together, regardless of what God has called you to do. All right. Now, here's the deal. The biggest wealth transfer in history is what we're about to witness right now. In fact, we have already been witnessing it, but it's about to go to another dimension in the next coming year and couple of years down the road. And that industry is the cryptocurrency industry. It is an industry that a lot of people don't understand how it works. A lot of people are confused about the industry, because you have so many people that come into the industry that are creating platforms, to actually scam people. They create platforms built around network marketing that if you invest $20 next month, you'll have $1,000. Okay, that's most people's ideology of the crypto sector. That's not what we're talking about today. I'm not here to talk to you about how to invest in a company and you get ROI every week. No, sir. All right. We're not involved in get rich quick schemes. We're involved in a systematic way of building wealth within the crypto industry space. Okay. Now, this might be new information to you and you might not know this, but what exactly is cryptocurrency? Now, in the simplest definition, all right, the simplest definition you will come across when it comes to cryptocurrency is that it is digital money. Okay, cryptocurrency is digital assets that can be used as a medium of exchange, right? So unlike cash, you can't see it physically, you can't feel it, you can't touch it. It's all transactional based. So now if I wanted to send money to Dr. Stephen in Dubai, I don't necessarily have to use my banking system. I don't necessarily have to do a wire transfer. If he has a crypto wallet, which I believe he does, right? And I can easily transact crypto from here, and within seconds, he's going to receive it on his end and use it to do whatever he wants, just like you would paper currency. Okay, so that's the definition of cryptocurrency. So here's some of the things that you need to know. All right, when it comes to crypto, number one, it is decentralized. Okay, which means that you can transfer crypto to someone without a middleman. I just mentioned a few minutes ago, if I want to transact or transfer money to Dr. Stephen right now, in a traditional sense, I have to go into the bank, I have to fill out paperwork, and they have to now, the bank actually also has to use a middleman to get to Dubai or wherever he is for him to receive that money. So that is a centralized platform. Cryptocurrency is decentralized. You don't need an intermediary to be able to execute. Number two, cryptocurrency cannot be counterfeited because it actually goes through what we call a blockchain. So every crypto is accounted for. You can't replicate it, right? Just like you would paper currency. You know, if you're in Nigeria or if you're from Nigeria, you understand that, you know, they just changed the color of the currency, right? All those fiat money, anything that is paper, can be easily duplicated. You can create a counterfeit, but not crypto, all right? Cryptocurrency is spendable. You can use it to make purchases and also convert it into cash. So right now on my phone, if I go into one of my crypto wallets, I can easily send money to my bank account right now if I wanted to, all right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. This right here is one of my crypto. Oh, you know what? So I actually left the card in my safe. It's an actual crypto debit card with cryptocurrency in it. And if I walked into the store, I can swipe it just like I would my regular bank debit card. All right. Most people don't know that. All right. That's one of the beautiful things about crypto. It is also an asset. So when you think about stocks, when you think about you know, gold, silver, these are all assets. Real estate, like Dr. Stephen is highly involved in, these are assets. But guess what? Cryptocurrency, it's an asset in itself. So you can store it from a short-term standpoint, and it can also be a long-term investment. All right. And you'll see why you want to start positioning yourself right now if you want to capitalize on the wealth that's taking place right now and that's going to explode in the next 2 to 3 years. So Bitcoin, when we mention cryptocurrency, it's synonymous to Bitcoin. All right. So when you say crypto, people automatically think you're talking about Bitcoin. But what you got to understand is this: Bitcoin is not necessarily the cryptocurrency. All right. It is the first cryptocurrency that was started in 2009. All right. And it is simply a digital money that was designed to pay for goods and services without needing a payment gateway, banks, or the government. That was why Bitcoin was created, to cut out the middleman. All right. And it was founded by an anonymous person named Satoshi Nakamoto. So till today, the person that actually created Bitcoin, nobody knows the person. But believe me when I tell you, whoever that person is, they are extremely wealthy. All right. And you'll see why in a second. Bitcoin is the king of cryptocurrency. So when you look at all the cryptocurrencies that are out there, the number one on the list is Bitcoin. It will forever remain Bitcoin. So here's some things you need to know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is emerging as an alternative asset class. So for those of you guys who understand investment, you understand assets, all right? Bitcoin or cryptocurrency needs to be part of your portfolio. Okay, as a matter of fact, here in the United States, there are financial institutions that are allowing people to now have cryptocurrency as part of their retirement portfolio because now they see it as a viable investment strategy. As of today, there are roughly about 18,800,000 Bitcoin that are in circulation. Here's why that's important for you. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin ever. So that means once they knocks 21 million, there will never be any more Bitcoin. The reason why that's important, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the law of supply and demand. When you have limited supply of something and massive demand, everybody wants in. Okay, so that's why you have billionaires that are buying Bitcoin, because they understand the law of supply and demand. And that's why in the next coming years, people are going to be stinkingly wealthy who actually capitalize on the information that I'm sharing with you today. It is accepted by retailers. You can use Bitcoin to actually buy goods and services. It is becoming accepted by mainstream. You hear it talked about all the time. If you watch Bloomberg, if you watch CNN, at the bottom of the what do you call it, of the news channel, you see they actually now tell you the cost, the current price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the likes, similar to they do commodities, gold and silver. All right, very, very powerful. I see Jesu Femi has his hands raised up. So I'm almost done. So once I'm done, I'm going to knock out any questions that you have. Institutional investors are now investing in Bitcoin. All right, and it also serves as a hedge against inflation. One of the things that we're experiencing right now is massive inflation. Whether you're in the United States, whether you're in Nigeria, anywhere around the world, the cost of everything is going up. But wealthy people understand that in order to preserve your money, you have to get it out of fiat money. So fiat means paper currency, and put it into an asset that will appreciate over time. Naira is being devalued, dollars is being devalued. So when your money is losing value, then you're essentially losing money, right? So who is investing in Bitcoins? Number one, billionaires. Okay, Michael Slayer investing more than 1 billion in Bitcoin. All right, these guys were buying Bitcoin at its peak at $60,000, $50,000. When it drops, they buy more. They're not stupid. All right, these people understand the importance of cryptocurrency. All right, so when you talk about the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, ladies and gentlemen, it's simple. So you see, poor people don't see opportunities, but wealthy people see into the future, and they start positioning themselves now to be able to capitalize on their wealth. All right, Square increasing, buying plethora of Bitcoin. Tesla buying Bitcoin. Elon Musk, for those of you who may not know who that is, he's the owner of Tesla. Why are billionaires buying Bitcoin? Why are billionaires investing in cryptocurrency? Guys, because they understand what's happening when it comes to the financial sector. Okay, you look at institutional investors. This is when you say institutional investors, these are organizations. These are financial institutions. Okay, these are the businesses, companies that are investing in crypto. You can see 93%. All right, if you look at that, you can see families. So you can see that ordinary people like you and I, you can see where we are. All right, you can see retirement accounts. People who are actually putting cryptocurrency as a part of their retirement account, and you can see institutional investors. So guys, when people say that rich people are greedy, when they say rich people need to give money to the poor, I don't believe in that nonsense, because opportunities are there for everybody to capitalize on. The unfortunate part is that most people, poor people, people with poverty mindset, don't see opportunities on time. So it's when the investment or when the asset has gone to a very high level, that's when the masses, this group, that's when they come in. And you know what happens? These guys, this is when they start to sell. You got to understand the psychology of investing if you're going to truly build wealth. Let's look at what happened to Bitcoin. In 2009, ladies and gentlemen, 1 Bitcoin was 9 cents. Now, just in case you were from another country, Nigeria, for example, 9 cents is probably less than 10 Naira. Something crazy, something very low. So imagine you just buying only one for 100 Naira. Or 1,000 Naira in 2010. That money, as of 2021, would have made you a billionaire, guaranteed. Why? Because you saw what other people didn't see. And number two, you were exposed to what other people didn't know. All right. You see, we now live in what we call the information age. All right. Information age means that whoever has the right information at the right time and takes corresponding action will produce wealth. Okay, so in 2010, maybe you never heard of Bitcoin. In 2015, maybe you never heard of Bitcoin. And you started hearing of Bitcoin in 2019. You started hearing of cryptocurrency in 2019. My question to you is, what did you do when you heard the information? Okay, now look at this. Look at this. Let's assume just 5 years ago, all right? Well, let's say, because I did this in 2021. Let's say in 2021, 2026, 6 years ago, you invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. One Bitcoin in 2016 was $430. One Ethereum was $1. $1. In today's money in Nigeria, Naira, if you're from Nigeria, that's 720 Naira for one Ethereum. At the peak of 2021, meaning that when Bitcoin reached its max, it was $61,000 plus. Ethereum, $4,800 plus. You know what the return on that investment is? For Bitcoin, you would have earned 14,000% ROI in just 5 years. 14,000. With Ethereum, in 5 years, your dollar investment would have turned to 479,000% ROI in just 5 years. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need a college degree to understand this math. You don't need a master's degree. In fact, you don't even need education. All you need is information. Okay? Now, here's the good news. History, as I'm talking to you today, history is about to repeat itself. All right? Now, here's what you got to understand. There's what we call the psychology of a market cycle. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but what you got to know is this. When it comes to investment, there is a cycle. All right? There is a cycle to things. The beginning of the cycle is disbelief. Okay? All right? Just to kind of go through this, most people start investing at the euphoria level. Poor people, people who lack information, people who know nothing about investing, this is where they come in. When Bitcoin reached 61,000, oh yes, let's buy Bitcoin. Let's buy Bitcoin. When Ethereum hit 4,000, that's when people start buying. People who don't understand investing. Wealthy people, they understand that whenever the masses are coming in, this is the time to sell. So now Bitcoin was at 61,000. It dropped to 58. Okay. So maybe you bought one Bitcoin at 61,000 and then all of a sudden the market start to cool down. Wealthy people start selling. You see what I'm saying? So you see what's happening? The market went up, market is going down. Okay. Now you're 61,000, dropped to 55,000. Now you're getting anxious. You say, no. I mean, I'm praying, Lord, please let my 55,000 go to 61,000. Okay. Then you get to the deny mode. All right. Denial mode is where he said, okay, now Bitcoin dropped to 48,000. From 61, you have 45,000. And you'll say, no. This thing will go back. I know Bitcoin will always bounce. It always bounce back. It's going to go back. No, I don't believe it. I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to sell at all because they say don't sell. It's going to go back. You know what happens? Then you go from denial to panic. At panic level, Bitcoin drops from 48,000. It drops to 20,000. At that point, you don't care how much you've lost. You want to get out of the market. You want to sell. You want to sell. You see that? All right. Everyone is selling, just like what's happening right now. You know how much Bitcoin is? Bitcoin as of today is about $17,000. Between last year and today, it went from, I think it actually peaked at 70,000 and dropped today within 1 year to 17,000. Everybody is panicking and selling. People who don't understand the psychology of investing. Now, you know what's happening? Now, this is where we are right now. Anger, depression. People say, I've lost money. I've lost all my money. But you know what wealthy people are doing? This is where people like me come in. This is where people like Dr. Steven come in. This is where billionaires come in at the anger and depression level. Because all the poor people, they've sold. So now we're buying very cheap price. We'll buy all different types of cryptocurrency. You know what happens? Because the market will always go back up. But we've already bought Bitcoin at 17,000. We bought Ethereum at 1,300. But when the market bounced back, you know where it's going? The next bull run is going beyond 60,000. Bitcoin is going to hit 100. Bitcoin is going to hit 200,000. Ethereum is going to hit 10,000. Ethereum is going to hit 20,000. I'm talking about the next bull run that's coming around the corner. So if you don't understand this cycle, you will never know when to get in and when to get out. That's why you need coaching. That's why you need mentors to give you clues of what to be doing. Okay, with the last mentorship group that we had, I think in January, last December, we had a meeting with our core group and we said, listen, from before January this year, start selling your cryptos, get out of the market. Why? We already saw what was about to happen in 2022. All right, we already saw it. Positioning information is what creates wealth, ladies and gentlemen. So the next opportunity in cryptocurrency are not really in Bitcoin. It's not really in Ethereum. It's in what we call altcoins. All right. So what are altcoins? Altcoins are every other cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. Okay. So as of today, I need to actually update this. There are more than 20,000 cryptocurrencies, more than 20. All right. So just like Bitcoin, altcoins are also created to offer solutions and solve problems. Let me simplify this to you. When you buy cryptocurrencies, essentially what you're doing is you're buying a stake in a project, just like you will buy a piece of Tesla, a piece of Amazon stock. That's what you're doing in cryptocurrency. All right. So I tell people, you want to start building your portfolio in crypto if you're going to build wealth. Okay. So just some few facts about altcoins. They get less attention than Bitcoin. Most people talk about Bitcoin and they ignore the altcoins, but the real wealth is being created in the altcoin. It's also highly volatile, which means it goes up and it can come down. Sometimes it never goes back up if you invest in the wrong project. All right. Most of them do not have utility value, meaning that a lot of these coins, the 20,000 plus, most of them are scams. So if you don't have proper guidance, mentorship, people to actually tell you, hey, you need to pin this project and continue to watch it. You need to invest in this. You're going to lose a lot of money. And I'm talking from experience because we've had people join our mentorship program. They've invested in wrong projects. They lose thousands of dollars. And then they say, what happened? Well, you didn't do your research. Okay. And of course, it can produce massive gains in a very short period of time. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me when I tell you, I'll show you some testimonials once we get to that part. I don't know anywhere else that you can invest. I mean, you saw Bitcoin in just 5 years. You saw Ethereum in just 5 years. I don't know any other sector that ordinary people can invest and create massive wealth within a short period of time. I'm not talking about get rich quick. When you talk about investing in a short period of time, you're talking about 3, 5, 6 years. Okay. You have to be willing to invest and allow your investment to mature. All right. Dr. Stephen talks, he's into real estate. He understands the power of buy and hold, right? That's real estate. That's one of the ways you create wealth in real estate. You buy a property at a pretty reasonable price, you hold it and let it appreciate. Same thing applies in crypto, in stocks. That's how wealthy people make money. All right. And I want to, this is not a get rich quick scheme. The reason why most people, especially Africans, are poor is because everybody wants to get rich overnight. Just the other day, somebody, wanted me to consult for them, and she hit me up on Instagram and said, sir, do you know where I can invest 5,000 and in 30 days I have 10,000? I said, believe me, if I knew how to invest 5,000 in 30 days, have 10,000, you won't see me on social media because all my attention will be on that. Poverty mindset. Right? Poverty mindset, ladies and gentlemen. So according to Newsweek, in America, 46 million people are now owns Bitcoin. Do you know, this is just in the United States alone. Do you know what will happen when the world starts to understand the importance of having just a tiny piece of Bitcoin? Do you know what will happen to the price of Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know what will happen to the price of all the other cryptocurrencies? Come on. Look. So here, just the, you know, as I wrap up, because I don't want to talk too much. I believe in sharing testimonies and results. I can tell you how good cryptocurrency is. I can tell you how much money I've made, what Dr. Stephen has done and his family. I can tell you all this, but at the end of the day, if people are not benefiting from my mentorship program, that is useless, right? This is one of those industries where you can back up what you're saying because people can give testimonials. All right. I can't make this up. This person right here, he's actually the national overseer of our ministry. All right. Here in the United States. All right. And he said, listen, I don't have time to invest. Just tell me what I need to do. And I said, sir, okay. He doesn't have time to go through our course, our mentorship program. He just said, look, just tell me where I need to put money. And boom. We just did it. And boom, his portfolio started increasing. In fact, he couldn't believe the numbers he was seeing because every time he checked his portfolio, it would just mountain upon mountain. All right. You can see this person, zero money invested, zero knowledge in cryptocurrency. And that's why I said earlier, it's not about you going to school. I know a lot of highly educated broke people. Okay, if you can see behind me right here, these are 2 degrees. There's my bachelor and my master's degree. But you know what? None of them, in its truest sense, I mean, they helped me to get a job, right? When I was in the job market by God's grace, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities that it provided, but it didn't help me to produce wealth. My master's program in business, they didn't teach me how to actually build wealth. It just information. So these things that we're sharing with you comes from actually paying for mentorship, going, you know, learning, right? Trial and error, making mistakes, losing thousands and millions of, dollars in Naira. And I'm not even joking. So when we've been able to put together a program to help everyday people to succeed. Okay. So I'm going to actually play this testimonial. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure you guys can hear my audio. Share sound. All right. So this is one of our students who zero knowledge. And I remember when he came to us, he was actually one of the people that would see my posts on social media and was like, man, my very good friend for almost maybe 17 years, but he didn't believe in cryptocurrency until he decided to join our mentorship program. Listen to what he had to say.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Brian Oles, and I am super thankful to Dipo Adesina for creating the Crypto Wealth Mastery course. I remember when he reached out to me in the beginning of this year and really encouraged me to take a look at crypto, and I was super skeptical. I'm already naturally skeptical about just about everything, but I said, hey, I don't really understand it. I don't believe in it. I'm gonna just leave it alone. He said, listen, you really need to take a look. And so, I enrolled in the course and immediately started realizing the power of cryptocurrency. There is a global shift happening in our economy. It's actually already happening, but it's accelerating very, very quickly. And so what I know from other parts of the history, that if you can either participate in opportunities or you could watch it pass you by. And I didn't want to be one of those people in the next 20 years, 25 years, 30 years that could have invested in a company like Apple or Microsoft or Facebook. That's already gone. Now we're looking at the future, and I truly believe the future is crypto. I got to give it up to Dipo. Dipo is one of those people who not just talks the talk, but walks the walk. He is super transparent in sharing both wins and losses and communicating and training in a very simple way for anybody to understand. I need simple, and so I really appreciate it. On top of that, he's created an entire community of other crypto investors, people who are just getting started and people who have been doing it for the last few months up to the last few years, and they are sharing their wins and successes as well. But from Dipo, I learned the basics of how to research an altcoin. I got strategic recommendations on which coins to look at. I also learned about how to set up different exchanges and to essentially put money in and take money out. And so when I got started in March of this year, I started with only a few $100s, and today I'm super excited. My overall crypto portfolio just eclipsed $10,000. I've definitely experienced triple-digit growth on multiple coins that I've invested in, and I'm excited about the future. And so I'm looking forward to incorporating crypto more aggressively into my overall wealth management strategy. But more importantly, it gives me an opportunity to participate in the future economy, which is certainly going the way of all things digital currency. So Depot, I'm super excited, and I appreciate you. If you are on the fence like I was in the beginning of the year and you're just like, crypto, I don't really understand it, or maybe you've already, started dibbling and dabbling, but you don't really have somebody who can, guide you, show you the ropes, and, help get you up to speed so you could seriously start to see profit and return, then I'm gonna highly recommend that you take a strong look at Depot's Crypto Wealth course. So thanks again, and I hope to see many more of you taking advantage of this great opportunity. Thanks again, Depot.
All right, so guys,
hey, what's going on? My name
is... heard you already. So here's the deal. You can't make that stuff up, right? This is another screenshot that one of our partners, a mentee, sent to us. This is actually back in 2000. So I need to update these slides, but you can see within 2 hours, $7,500 profit, more results from some of our group members. You can see this guy singing hallelujah, gained $1,500. You can see, another person, 100% profit since we, gave a call on a particular crypto to get, made over 12K from Dogecoin today, blah, blah, blah. So the results are endless. But here's why this is important for everybody on this call. We're in what we call a bear market, all right? And I need you to pay very close attention, ladies and gentlemen. The bear market is when the price of everything is down. All right. At the bear market, what we do is we accumulate. Accumulate means you're buying to build a strong portfolio so that when we enter what we call the bull market, your portfolio will expand massively when you're talking about capital gains, the interest that you earn, though the profit that you earn on your investment. That's what we do in the bear market. So right now, I'm praying every day. I'm checking my phone. Lord, please let Bitcoin go down some more. Some people are crying because they lost money, because they bought Bitcoin when there was 50,000. That's because they didn't know what they were doing. That's because they didn't have mentors. So now I'm telling people that this is the time for you to accumulate the right cryptocurrencies. This is the time for you to learn how to research, how to invest in the right projects, knowing where to invest, what platforms to use, right? Here's some more testimonies. I mean, we could go on and on, right? But here's the deal. If you're going to succeed in anything, most especially in the crypto industry, you need to have a mentor. You need guidance. And that's what we've been able to do over the last 2 years, to put together a program that can literally take someone who's a novice, zero experience, and help them get to here when it comes to the information and exactly what they need to know. All right? Because listen, if you don't have mentors and you get into this field, you will lose money. And if you have mentors and you don't follow the instructions of your mentor, you will lose money. I give you a good example. This is a very unfortunate situation. One of my mentees reached out to me. He's also a pastor in California. He reached out to me a couple of months ago that his cryptocurrency was stuck in a particular exchange. Now, for me, I was like, well, I didn't know why he would put the money in that exchange, because that's not part of what we teach in our course. In fact, that exchange is not even on the list. But he went, I mean, we're talking over $350,000. He was able to build his investment to $350,000 in that portfolio. So I told him what he needed to do. Well, call customer service, do something, and then make sure you get your money out. So they told him that his money was safe, that, okay, and they know he can't log in, just a whole bunch of hokey pokey stories. Ladies and gentlemen, that particular crypto exchange filed for bankruptcy. What that means is that everybody that had money in that, and we're talking about billions in that particular exchange, that money is gone. Gone, never coming back. He called me the other day, literally lamenting. Do you know what it is to lose your investment portfolio of $350,000 just like that? Why? Because he didn't follow the system. Most people lose money not because of anything. It's just simply because they didn't have mentor. You need a mentor. You need a system to follow, whether it's crypto, whether it's real estate, whether it's Forex, whether it's mini importation, whether it's real estate. It doesn't matter what the industry is. You need mentors. All right. I mentioned earlier that I've been able to publish 4 books. You know where I got the inspiration to do that? Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I've written match scripts of books, but I never published it. But when I saw that somebody around my age published over 30-something books, I said, no. I wanted to find out what he did to publish his book. So I was able to take some of the ideas, all right, that he used, strategies that he used to publish his book, and in less than 60 days, I published a book on Amazon, became a best-selling author. Over 4 years ago, Amazon still pays me today, every month, because of mentorship. All right. So guys, here's what's included. Let me wrap this thing up so I don't waste your time. Here's what's included in our mentorship program. It's an 18-module crypto wealth course. Okay. It's self-paced, meaning that you can have access to the module anytime you want, but more importantly, you'll also have access to our community. You're going to learn how to build long-term wealth with crypto, how to find the right crypto coins to buy. Remember, as of today, there are over 20,000 cryptocurrencies. If you don't know what to buy and you're buying what everybody else is buying because everybody's talking about it, you've already set yourself to fail. All right. You're going to learn top 5 criteria to know before you invest in any crypto. All right. How to win daily when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies, right? How to make consistent money with crypto. The top cryptocurrencies that you must have in your portfolio. And we're even sharing more cryptos now because as more cryptos come out, we're able to find more, better projects that gives better return. Okay. Strategies to avoid losing all your money in crypto. I just talked about how one of our mentees lost over 350,000 because he didn't follow the system. All right. And so on. Right. So guys, here's the deal. Let me just kind of wrap this thing up and I'm going to answer your questions. I'm only giving this offer after talking to Dr. Stephen Akintayo today, right? That usually our mentorship program, right? It's very costly, right? Especially, I think if he came on earlier, you heard where he's talking about if you're not making $1 million and above starting next year, right? He's not talking to you when it comes to real estate, right? So same thing in a crypto space, the actual price is valued at $10,000. Meaning that if we really wanted to, we can charge people $10,000 for this program because we know the results that our students have seen. But here's the deal. For those who take action today, all right, and once again, honestly, Dr. Stephen is the one who actually regulates these things because he knows the value that this will bring to his followers, his students, his mentees. All right. So he basically is giving us the permission to actually do it for today for $2,000 for those who are taking action today. And remember, I said that this is the best time to get into the crypto space. If you would have gotten earlier this year, it would have been dicey because we were telling all of our students to get out of crypto. But believe me when I tell you, I'm telling people now that this is the time to get in. Think about what happened in 2016 in the slide that I showed you. Bitcoin was $430. 5 years later, it went to 61,000. In the next bull run, mark my words, whether or not you decide to take our mentorship course or not, it doesn't matter to me or not. Believe me when I tell you, it doesn't matter to Dr. Stephen or not. $2,000 is not going to pay my bills. It doesn't even cover a fraction of my overall monthly expenses across my businesses. Okay, but I want you to mark my words. In the next bull run, Bitcoin is going to exceed $100,000. Ethereum is going to exceed $1,300, what we're seeing today, possibly $10,000. But I'm telling people that where you want to have your money is not necessarily in Bitcoin. Yeah, Ethereum maybe, but there are other coins, other projects that will give you far, far better return than Bitcoin and Ethereum combined. And those are the altcoins. That's what we're teaching our students to start investing in. Start building your portfolio while the prices are low. Because when the bull market comes around and we do this type of training again, we might not be able to tell you to invest again. We might tell, okay, maybe invest little by little because now things have peaked. All right. So with that being said, here's my last question to you guys. How different would your life be if you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago? You won't be in this webinar, I can tell you that. And my last question to you is this: do not miss the next wealth transfer in history. Take action today, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The price is only valid for today. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So at this point, I know I've actually exceeded my time. My apologies. Now the floor pretty much, I think, Dr. Stephen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How you? Well, that was powerful. Come on, guys. You want to put your hands together for Mr. Dipo Adesina. How many of you would like, by the way, I'm not seeing charts. How many of you enjoyed the session? If you did type, I enjoyed the session.
Maybe the chat was disengaged. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Jamu IT, if you're there, can you make our people be able to chat? We need to be able to see their comments because I want to be able to see people's feedback.
I see.
I've enjoyed it, and I'm very positive that a lot of people had a great time.
So I see people raising their hand, Dr. Stephen. So if you guys can
click on the question Q&A.
Yeah.
You guys can drop your comment in the Q&A. That's working very fine. Okay, so Femi Odula just says, I enjoyed the session. He posted his reply on the Q&A. Beautiful. Let me just see if I can share the link. How many of you would like to join this coaching program? If you want to, before we take questions, I want to give you the opportunity to be able to get the details to sign up for those of you who are really, really interested. The truth is that nobody ever becomes rich without paying a price. You know, what I've realized, and I've said this over and over again, anytime you hear somebody say, I was scammed, okay, 3 things happen, maybe more.
Dr. Stephen, hold on. Can your team enable the chat for people to, because I'm seeing that the chat is disabled. Is that intentional?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But I think that I don't know why Jamie is not answering. Maybe he's not here. But can somebody help me reach out to him? But we have the Q&A.
We're working on it, sir.
Okay, so we can use the Q&A while in the meantime, while you figure out whatever was wrong. So for those of you asking how to make payment, here's the link. You want to just visit this link and you can sign up today. So www.steveakita.com/FI offer. You could do transfer, you could use your card, you know, any card globally is processed. We don't keep any of your card information. We use Stripe, okay, and other platforms. So you can go right now and sign up. The offer of 2,000 is only for those of you who are able to join while we are on this call. So once we are done with this call, you will not be able to pay 2,000. You have to pay 10,000. Some of you have talked to me before, and I clearly told you, see it on our website, it's 10,000. For you to even reduce to 2,000, you have to use this coupon code Christmas. And after this event, today is the last day of the 3-day event, the code will no longer work. So you have to pay the 10,000. So we're seeing a couple of questions. Somebody is asking, how many months is the coaching program? Please put your name. I don't like taking questions from anonymous people. So yes, how many, Mr. Deepo, how many months is the
Yeah,
coach?
so the coaching program basically meaning that you'll have direct access to me, you know, not to Dr. Stephen, by the way, right? Because I know he's busy, so I handle all this aspect. But 3 months, you have access to me. I answer your question. We could do Zoom sessions, the whole 9 yards. That's for 3 months. However, you have access to the course anytime you want. It's a lifetime course that is completely yours to to peruse at any time, but the coaching itself is 3 months. Now that doesn't mean you won't be able to reach out to me periodically if you have questions or you need assistance, but like the hands-on interaction is 3 months.
Beautiful. Akinola Philip says, thank you for so much for this opportunity. My question is, do you consider NFT also as part of asset class?
Absolutely. NFT is definitely part of the asset class. You just got to be careful because with NFTs, in the next couple of years, about 90% of them will be useless, right? So, one of the things, crypto, NFT, the whole 9 yards, is to do your due diligence thoroughly. Most of the NFTs that are viable, I mean, their price is pretty much out of reach at this point. But, if you're going to be doing NFTs, you want to make sure that you know what you're getting, and there's a right team behind that project. If not, you're just going to be purchasing with something that is worthless. How flexible is the coaching program? I mean, I'm not quite sure what that means.
I think what he meant is like the classes, you always get the recording at your time. You added to a WhatsApp community where at your time you're able to interact and engage and ask questions. So it's almost play as you go. Of course, there are live classes, but if you can't make it as of those times, you have the recording. You can ask your question at whatever time you decide to watch it. So I think
now, so let me because this is our first time, we're actually restarting this cycle. So the classes are going to be based on the number of people that we actually get from here. If we only have 5, then it's going to be based on 5 people. If we only have 1, then we might have to work out a situation where it just, we schedule maybe like a 101. Keyword, you have to go through the course, then we have a session, right? So I don't want to talk to anybody via Zoom if you're not actually following the process. All right. So you go through the course, we get on a call, then we actually go over, the things that what you learned in the course and answer questions and also give you current information. So what I mean by current information is when we put together the course program, it was based on information that was relevant early this year, right? Information that was relevant 2021. Obviously, things are constantly being changing. So you're going to be receiving new information, more crypto projects that you need to actually embark on compared to some of the things we talked about last year. All right. Please, how much was the discounted price for the stock market course yesterday? All right. So Dr. Stephen, I think you can answer that.
Yesterday was also 2,000. And it's the same as well. So what's the question he's asking?
I guess what's the discounted price?
Yeah, it's $10,000, but if you're paying today, it's 2,000. That's what the question. That's the answer.
So
discounted price yesterday, I missed the session. It's the same. It's 2,000 for the 3 days. It has been 2,000. I think it was only the e-commerce class that was allowed to be, that was 3,000 instead of 10,000. And I decided to support about 5 people, which were allowed to pay 1,005 for the e-commerce class. Well, yesterday was Forex, it was 2,000 for those who joined. And today is crypto, and it's also 2,000 instead of 10,000. Okay.
So let me answer these questions. So the coaching program will teaching us how to do our due diligence. Yes. So that's part of what we talked about. One of the modules is how to the 5 criteria that you need to.
Maybe you want to read the outline again.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, hold on. Where is it at? Okay, so this is just a synopsis of what's going to be included. Obviously, it's 18 modules, but top 5 criteria before investing in any crypto. If you don't do this, the chances are you're setting yourself up for failure, right? And which is why a lot of people before joining our course don't see success, because they're just buying things because everybody's talking about it. But that's the quickest way to fail in the crypto space. So I'm just going to leave this up so you guys can look at it. But like I said, it's a lot more than this, but just to give you a synopsis, right? So let me see, address other questions. Okay, from Christopher. Wow, I would definitely sign up. Depot is a great, knowledgeable guy, very open in what he does. Thanks a lot, Christopher. I appreciate it. How do we pay from Nigeria? Dr. Stephen, what's the Naira info?
Yeah, for those of you paying for Nigeria, I think I shared the.
Let me stop sharing my screen so you can share it with you.
So you can just transfer. The exchange rate we're giving you is I think it was 700 Naira. What's the exchange rate? Told you, you guys that do these things.
It's 700 now.
Okay. So,
do you handle trading on the training, i.e. futures trading? So great question, Anthony. We actually have a separate course for futures trading. But what I'm going to do for those who, so once again, before you get into futures trading, you got to understand the basics, because you can literally lose all your money like zero in futures trading if you don't know what you're doing. So with futures trading, we have a separate course for that. But what I'll do for those who are joining today, I'm just going to lump it up as a separate link for those of you who will be starting today to have access to the futures trading as well. But I don't recommend getting into futures trading if you don't fully understand the crypto market. All right, you don't understand the basics. All right. Tunde, a lot of crypto are out there apart from Bitcoin, Ethereum. Which crypto is worth studying? So this question right here is what's actually in our course, right? That's what the whole mentorship is all about. Muhammad, I really want the mentorship. Unfortunately, I can't afford the money. What do I do? Name is Kasuli. So I mean, I'll let you answer that, Muhammad. I mean, Dr. Stephen.
What was this question?
I really want the mentorship. Unfortunately, I can't afford the money. What do I do?
Well, what you do is you need to start saving. You see, I've said this a million times. The beginning of breakthrough is discipline. Money will never be enough, but you have to still figure out a way to save, to train. Only those who train will reign. You have to find a way to save, to learn, or borrow. That's why we say two poor people can't help themselves. If you can't figure out a way, people who can support you with $2,000. If you can't raise $2,000 among family and friends, either as a gift or a loan, it speaks to your disposition, and that's what you need to go and fix. And I've said this a million times. I've always had challenges raising funds, business, but what I've realized, as long as I treat the people around me well, I can always go and raise those urgent funds. So if you can't raise a quick $2,000, then you need to change your network. You also need to change your own character to be able to attract such people. Because, for example, some people can't just attract my person. Some people, even if they attract my person, they can't keep my person. They will, by themselves sabotage the relationship. They will by themselves be intimidated at some point and find a way to ruin that relationship. So there are a lot of things that helps people to become wealthy. It's not just money alone. There's the place of culture, character, habits. That's why my book is called The Billionaire Habits. A lot of people didn't know why we did the book. It's because I realized that the habits sometimes are even more important. Many people have made millions in their lifetime, but they are still not millionaires because as they make the money, they lose the money because the habit is always wrong, right? And until you fix your habit issues, things will just never work the way they should work. And so for me, I leave it at that for you. I don't want to say more than that, but that's really what I'm going to say.
Awesome.
Work on building yourself to either save or to build the right network of people who can look at you and say, no, if you're sure you need this, if you're sure this is important, I'm going to support you with it. I've done that for so many people. I've had people I've had to help, and they were not rich, but their character, their disposition, their ability to serve, to volunteer. There was a gentleman here in Dubai, right? He had come to the internship with me here in Dubai for nothing. One day, just called me. The wife was pregnant. He couldn't afford the cost of hospital bills here. He needed to go back to Nigeria, to do all of that. I mean, as much as it was urgent, I had to raise the flight ticket for the wife. And this is part of what we're saying. But because he was a good man, right? He had served, even though he doesn't work with me anymore, but he had served before, okay? And one just had to, and this is part of what we keep saying. Go look for somebody great that you can bury your head under them, that you can serve for free. One day will come, you will need something. And they'll be willing to say, no, you know what? If it's this guy, right, I'm going to do something about it. Christopher says, we attend the same church, House of Hope, in Maryland years back before moving to Canada. So everyone, please sign up. You are in the safe hands. Please, with the link, will I be able to pay from Canada? Absolutely. With that same link, StephenAxel.com/FI offer, you can pay. But again, I told you, Deepo is as good as it goes. Very credible guy. One of the few people I've done business with, I didn't regret, which is funny anyway. This is funny anyway because I've been through a lot. It's funny how when people don't know that I've been through a lot, so when they come up and say I'm afraid, I'm scared, I don't trust anybody, I just laugh because I've been there, but I don't give up. We've all lost money, but the principle to wealth is that you can't be stuck. You can't. It is risky not to take risk. You are in a world of risk. The day you sign up to be an entrepreneur is the day you sign up for risk.
Absolutely.
Exactly. If you hate taking risk, you're going to remain poor for the rest of your life. You have to just keep taking the risk, no matter what happens. Yes, Anthony says, I'm interested on the future trading. How can I get the training? Well, you'll be getting the training for free if you sign up today. So go to that website and sign up ASAP. It's like you're getting 2 in 1. Okay?
Right.
2 in 1. Oladapo says is on Facebook. He says, is there any discount for those who want the 3 course or 2 course? We can come in with 1 course and benefit discount if we take the other course. Now you are putting me in a very tight.
That's a smart businessman right there.
That's a smart businessman right there. Okay, right there. That's
he wants a package.
Yeah, but that's how to do business.
Yeah,
I like you already. So here's what I would do. Olamide, once you, and I don't normally do this, by the way, and please, I hope you not abuse it, because your $2,000 is not worth my private time. With due respect, with all sense of humility, okay? Because I had one person recently was, Dr. Stephen blocked me. I once paid $1,000 for his coaching program. I'm like, dude.
People don't understand, man. Yeah, the time that even goes into putting together the program, the mentorship, believe me, man.
I'm like, Oga, if you abuse the privilege of having my number, I will block you. I don't even care. Your $100,000, your $1 million is not worth my sanity. I'm at a point in my life. What's more important to me is my privacy, is my mental health, is guiding my environment. It's more important to me than $1 million. I will block you without any regrets. I will dash you back the money. I remember a lady, joined one of our coaching one time, and then she just started giving this excuse. I just told my people, I said, refund our money 100%. It's not worth my headache, because we are not doing this because we are hungry people. You didn't meet me hungry. Sir, I live in Burj Khalifa, with due respect. Right? You didn't meet me hungry. I'm not a hungry person. So we do programs like this to help. This year, this 2022, we're giving 24 people $5,000 each, grant, free money to support their business. So what's your 2,000 doing? But the reason why I believe in charging is so that people can value what they are learning. You won't value what you don't pay for. A lot of the mentorship I've had to do, and I'm going to publish this. Joshua, I told you to send me those screenshots. Where is it? You didn't send me.
Yeah, it's in the slide. What? It's in the slide. The screenshots of the payments. At the beginning.
Send it to me. I need to send it to me, because I want to be sure you even capture everything. Dipo Adesina is aware of some of this transaction. This year alone, no, I want the evidence of where I paid. This one is just to one person now. Every payment I made for coaching this year, I paid a speaker. I've paid over $200,000 this year. Well, what we're asking you to do, you have no clue what we paid to those who are teaching us. Right? And I just wanted to show that evidence so that people can see, right, how much money this year alone I have paid the likes of Grant Cardone, John Maxwell, and all these people, just so that you can see. When I ask you to do what we've done way more, right?
I was going to say, I made the one for Grant Cardone. The guy only spoke for 1 hour. And, I remember Dr. say, I'm like, why are you paying this dude $100,000 to speak? Let me talk to you for 1 hour. Just give me $10,000, man. So it's really true. And I talked to him a lot about, I said, why do you pay all these people all this money? But once again, it's about, relationship. It's about the value they bring to the table and so much more. Bigger than most people that I'm friends with today through this program. They would have never had my number had it not been through, this. And we've been able to help them in so many other ways as well. So just thought I'd chip that in there as you were talking. That's all.
Yeah, thank you for that. Olamide, so what we will do here, Olamide, you go ahead and pay for this one and send a mail to products@stephenakea.com. I will ask Joshua to give you my number, and I will privately then give you a further discount on the remaining 2 coaching programs. I will not say publicly, so that others do not. You are the only one that was clever and smart to think that way. So you are the only one who will get that. It doesn't apply.
You have opened up a can of worms.
You see what I'm talking about, right? Everybody now wants it to apply to them. That's part of why I had to say, let him chat me privately, because I can't give all of you discount on all the coaching. I can't do that. We're business as well. I have to pay, Mr. Dipo Adesina for his job. Okay? Everybody just wants. Okay, you know what? a message to Joshua. Joshua is my executive assistant. But that's again, Joshua, only those who have first joined the coaching, because some people just want to waste your time, right? I tend to only those who have paid for this first coaching, right?
Okay.
Send you evidence that they've paid. I'm going to tell you the further discount you can now give them on the remaining 2. I don't want to make it public because this video is going to be on Eva webinar. We're going to be repeating the webinar every week now. We're going to be repeating some of these videos. So I don't want others who join at some point now being entitled and thinking it applies to them. Dr. Stephen, is a mystery how you attract these people together and help your world and community. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dipo. You're welcome. And thank you, Christopher, for the kind words, because a lot of people don't even value the investment I make. I remember the Dallas event, Dipo spoke virtually. Probably just 2 people were not Africans, and none of them could have afforded Grant Cardone. And virtually 99% were seeing a billionaire in dollars who is worth over $5 billion for the first time, talking to them. Some of them had the opportunity to ask questions. And it was a stretching moment for them. It was a stretching moment. Today for me was a stretching moment. I'm building a $20 billion project in Africa. And we're at the beginning phase. We've been buying land, and we're, starting in March, 1,000 housing units. And you don't have a clue, me working into a $5 billion project today in Dubai, what it did to me, right? There's nothing as powerful as that. It just tells you yours will come to pass. You just have the picture. You could see others who've done it. You could, it's expand your mind. And once your mind expands, it won't go back again. It will not drop, right? Maybe I'm wondering that, can people afford some of our houses? It look expensive. Now I'm entering a villa that is worth $43 million. The entire furniture was done by Bentley. Like, suddenly I'm pissed off that my property is even too cheap. Like, and I just like, come on, what even makes you to feel some people can't afford? The reality is the money is there. And you know what's funny, Dipo? Only 1 unit left. Can you imagine there were 10 of that type? 10 of $43 million palace, 10, and only 1 left, 9 gone. Come on, and you say there's no money in this world. Like the scarcity is in your mind.
Yeah.
Your mind. And that's all, that's the only place it exists. And if you choose to keep it, right, that's your business. There's nothing wrong with it. My Facebook is buzzing. Some have decided to insult me. Some have decided to accept my message when I said, you don't have $1 million, don't even come to me for real estate. I currently have over 400 comments. Some are positive, some are negative, some say it's pride, some say, but guys, it's my life. Okay? You that you are not even happy with the comment, you've just told me you are the kind of client that I say I don't want to have.
Yeah.
That's what you just said. So Kumbo says, I do appreciate you and hoping to get the discount as well. But I believe in your work. Thank you. I appreciate it, Tokumbo. For all of you who want further discount, the remaining 2 coaching program, just go ahead and pay while we're on this call for this crypto coaching. And then you can then reach out for discounts on the Forex coaching and then the e-commerce coaching. And we will extend that to you. So in other words, there's no further discount on this one, right? But if after you've paid for this one, you now want further, okay, you can now show evidence. But please, once we end this webinar, this offer is gone. So you need to know that. What's your final word as we wrap up?
I mean, I think I've kind of said it, but I want to reiterate it again, that we are in a recession globally. And during the recession, everything is taking a hit. You're talking about the stock market, You're talking about crypto, real estate to a certain, to a certain degree, maybe not as much. And if you're going to build wealth, these are the times you want to get into the market to start accumulating. So remember, the phase that we're in now is accumulation. You accumulate and you hold so that when we get into the bull market, when price picks up, when everybody's buying high, you've already bought so much at a low price that now you're selling high. That's how you build wealth, right? And then you're able to take your wealth from crypto, invest in assets like real estate, right, and other things to actually help you multiply your resources. So, guys, don't joke with this moment. Like I said, $2,000 for me, it's, believe me when I tell you, it's not going to solve any of my problems. It's not, right? We're dealing with projects that it's in the millions by God's grace. Same thing with Dr. Stephen, but this is more like something to end the year with, to see how many people we can actually help going into 2023. So hopefully you guys have been blessed, regardless of whether you take this or not. You've learned one or two things, and happy New Year's in advance, and God bless.
Well, beautiful. I want to drop my final comment. For me, it's the same, that you need to face the reality that it's becoming tougher by the day in the world globally. But that toughness shouldn't affect you if you reposition yourself, right? When people are saying there's a casting down, you can say there's a lifting up, but it's about repositioning. Right. And for me, one of the things I've made up my mind, I am intentional repositioning for 2023. And it's a choice, it's a decision, and you can make it as well. But you have to be intentional. You have to, have the right support, have the right mentorship, have the right relationship. One of the things I had to do at some point in my life, I said, I'm done taking advice, because it's just foolishness for me to say, I want to be a billionaire in dollars, and I'm only listening to millionaires, right? It doesn't work that way. Whatever you want, you have to go and meet those who already have it and take their counsel. And a lot of times their counsel is just going to be, crazy. It's just going to be difficult. It's just going to be something that sometimes you wonder, won't people criticize me? Won't people say this? What is the right thing? One of the things a lot of my mentors shared with me, and by the way, that's why I made that decision, was that, Stephen, you're a great guy. You're helping people. You love people, but you need to understand at your level, okay, at your level, you shouldn't be doing any business with certain kind of clients at your level. In fact, me talking about $1 million, I'm just being nice. What I was told was $100 million. That should go for B2B and B2G. Business to business, business to government. That's what I should be doing right now. Right? So for me, and that's why a lot of times, if you don't have the right mentors, they won't even push you to make the bold decisions. And the truth is that if you're busy chasing clients of $10,000, you're not going to have the quality moment to attract client of $100 million. These are realities. These are facts. How do guys like that operate? Somebody will invite you for a dinner in his house, a fundraising dinner in his house, and it's $25,000 per donor. That's how the big boys play. So if you cannot even come for dinner in my house and you have $25,000, right? You can't even just be in that room. And people don't get it. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. Grant Cardone was sharing how he came for TD Jakes' birthday. And of course, he met Tyler Perry. I mean, it was an opportunity. He met a lot of black guys who were top, big time guys. But for him to even get to that level with TD Jakes, what happened? He had hosted TD Jakes, and you should know how much he paid TD Jakes, probably $100,000. Right? So there are certain rooms you don't even enter. Certain money don't even enter. And these are realities. And again, you either want to play the normal victim, I'm the savior of the world kind of game, or you want to face reality. And it's just the way it works. Anonymous says, please, how much okay, I gave that already. What was the outline for the Forex course? Of course, is bottom line, build wealth in Forex.
To sum it all up is build wealth.
And that's what's more important. It's just building in Forex, right? Okay, congratulations to those of you who have been able to make payment. Big congratulations to you. Make sure you send evidence of your payment to products with an S at stephenakintayọ.com. Please don't come to my DM that you made payment. Talk to the office, and they're going to send you a contract. And once you sign, your class will begin. I love you all, and thank you everyone who were part of today's event. God bless you real good. You know, I love you all. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks a lot.
So take it out, Tochi, wrap it up.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining this session today. Thank you, Mr. Dipo Adesina, for that insightful class. Thank you, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. We appreciate you all. Okay, so guys, I don't want us to miss out on this offer. It's $2,000. After today, it's going back to $10,000. So chat up the number now. Click the link to make the payment. If you have further inquiries, reach out to this phone number I'm about to send. Okay, and make your payment. So if you missed the first day we took e-commerce, and the second day yesterday we learned about Forex. So if you missed any of those sessions, you can watch the replay on Dr. S. Akintayo YouTube channel. Okay, go to YouTube and search for Dr. S. Akintayo. The replays are there, and watch it and take advantage of the discounts. Okay, take advantage of the discounts, and I promise you, you're going to be in for a great level of success in 2023. All right, thank you, everyone. Reach out to us when you have further inquiries, and send your proof of payment to products@stephenakintayọ.com, products@stephenakintayọ.com. Let me put the email address here for you to reach out. Yeah, reach out to products@stephenakintayọ.com with your proof of payment, and you're going to be added to the mentorship class. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time. Have a great day ahead.